putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here, fellow at the Robert J. Dole Institute. I will be speaking at the David Horowitz Freedom Center, and I'm not sure the date. It's coming up November. It's at West Palm Beach, beautiful location, and I'm going to visit one of my sons, my adopted sons, one of my French sons, while there. So looking forward to that. Those guys reached out to me, and I think I told you the story. I'd been wondering why I hadn't spoken there before, because I see a lot of my friends speaking there, and they finally said, "Hey, Kevin, everybody's been asking, when's Kevin Jackson going to speak here?" And the guy was excited about it. I'm excited about it. Going to the Gold Gloves in New York to now that baseball will be over here pretty soon. I'll be at the Gold Gloves, and my son loves it because it's just such an amazing event. And I took him last year. He got all kinds of autographs and things. It was just spectacular. So looking forward to that. Oh, man, Ozzy's I missed Ozzy's event. It just dawned on me. I missed Ozzy Smith's gala this year. Lots going on is all I can tell you. And I'm due to speak at a couple of other places. I know the guys up in Oregon at KYKN. We're trying to arrange something. I think the time frame is March. I don't know the outcome of that one, but that's farther in the future. I probably got 4 other events I'll tell you guys about since then. I'm telling you, we are booking up. It's tough to do my schedule, to do the radio show, kind of live up to my Fox commitments. And then, as I mentioned, I'll be in New York on the 4th and the 5th of November to do Fox and Friends. And I'm going to want you guys tuning in and telling all your friends and social media and all that other stuff to let people know Kevin Jackson's on the air. And it's not just as a guest. So I'm looking forward to that. Somebody asked me, was I nervous about it? I'm not. I'm not nervous about it. It's a different format. I'm going to be myself. Because if I can't do that and get up and do that job, if they wanted to hire me for it, then what good would I be, right? So I'll keep you posted on that. I want to talk about Harvey Weinstein and his cure. He got cured. Now, there's an update to the story. I'll get to that in a second. But he was out of rehab in a week, 1 week. So here's where I was looking at it. 30 years of being a sexual predator in Hollywood, and you can fix that in 1 week. Yeah, he left therapy in Arizona after 1 week. This is what TMZ had reported. The disgraced former studio head completed an outpatient program. We learned that the program involved intensive therapy for various psychological issues, and all of these problems were solved in 1 week. And his psychologist told TMZ that despite reports to the contrary, Weinstein took his program seriously. Yeah, it was like Hell Week for the Navy SEALs. He was holding a log over his head as they were spraying water in his face, and it was freezing cold. He's like, I'm not giving up. Yeah, I can't go. I can just see what Harvey was doing, how he took the program so seriously. The psychologist told the website that Weinstein underwent counseling that focused on, quote, dealing with his anger, his attitude towards others, boundary work, and beginnings of work on empathy. And I can only imagine what happened in these meetings. Did Weinstein promise all the clinicians movie roles? Of course, after fondling their private parts and watering the plants, if you know what I mean. How stupid do these people think we are? There's no way on God's green earth that Weinstein is anywhere near close to being cured of his pathology. And if you want more insulting news, I found this out. Weinstein stayed at a luxury resort in Scottsdale, Arizona. He didn't even stay at the clinic. For all we know, Weinstein flew in hookers during the evenings, then pretended to be healed when the therapist traveled to him for his sessions. I mean, this man really is God for Holly weirdos. Because here's the deal. I've seen Dr. Drew's therapy session for the Holly weirdos. Have you seen that show? I don't remember the name of it. But they required attendees to be on site, present and accounted for. They take away anything related to your past obsessions. So I want you to picture Harvey going to Dr. Drew's deal, and they're unpacking his bag, and he's got, his little thumb drive, and they're like, "What's on here, Harvey?" Oh, nothing at all. And it's got, rape fantasies or some sort of porn. And they're like, Harvey. They look at it and the clinician comes back in and says, Harvey, please. This thing was full of porn. And Harvey's, I didn't know. My assistant packed it for me. Yeah, whatever. And they go, okay, what's this? You got, big boob. You got breast action. You got, vajayjay. You got, all these magazines. Hustler, Penthouse. Oh, I don't know who packed those. That's not my bag. I mean, I could see this guy just losing everything. He's got, a little baggie that's hidden in a pocket. And they go, what's all this, Harvey? And it's got, all these sex toys. Look, I'm not trying. I understand the stations I'm on and I get it, folks. I'm just trying to make a real serious point that this guy's nowhere close to being cured. They're not trying to cure him. They're not trying to cure Hollywood of its ills. They are trying to play us. I love how they said he showed up to all the meetings and was fully engaged. There were things this is what they write. There were things that triggered Weinstein's anger, and our job was to help him recognize where it was coming from and how to control it. But he was not venting about some conspiracy to get him. It was an appropriate display of anger. Really? What's Harvey mad about? I told you guys, Harvey Weinstein was the fat, ugly Jewish kid who couldn't get a date, and he resented women. And instead of pulling a, Jeffrey Dahmer or some sort of crazy thing on him where he was, bringing him over and killing him and we were going to dig up 30 bodies and Harvey was going to look like the nice kid on the block, he took it out a different way. He said, I'll get to power. And when I get to power, I will get every one of you chicks back. Every bit of anger he has for all the girls who he didn't love before, not to get under Willie Nelson and Julio's song, but all that anger is now being played out in these starlets. But guess what? They're willing. Talked about Eddie Bernice Johnson saying, you know what, ladies, you don't have to do this. Harvey Weinstein, we wouldn't even be talking about Harvey Weinstein if every woman that went into the director's office said, I'm here for a movie. I'm here for a role. That's it. If every one of them said that, we're not even having this conversation. I'm not exonerating the man by any means. I thought about this and I said, these allegations of sexual misconduct against Weinstein represent Hollywood's version of the Clinton server scandal. See, the crime is in your face, clear to you, but the punishment is a slap on the wrist. And I've asked this question in this broadcast. I've asked it in previous broadcasts. Why hasn't Hollywood outed other Weinsteins? And Hollywood and other leftists remain silent instead. They enjoy their ruse of rehab, political and otherwise. See, the Clintons have been rehabbed. That's what they want us to believe. They've gone through rehab. Bill Clinton has been through rehab. He's a changed man. The jig is up, folks, on these clowns. We know about them. We know about them. Now, I've heard, oh, no, they extended Harvey another month. He's gone through phase 1. Now he's in phase 2. And I think to myself, really? Look, let me explain something to you folks. When I was a kid and my mother died and my grandmother raised me, etc., I resented everybody. I resented, not directly, I didn't resent whole families, but I could see there was something about them that elicited an emotion in me that I couldn't understand. To this day, I see families together and I'm like, wow, that is so cool. But it made me angry that my mother left. And in relationships with women, if they left, I would be, or, like, hey, Kevin, you seem kind of distant and cold. I would be like, well, I'll show you how distant and cold. Go. I don't need you. And if you think that a week of therapy was going to get me out of that, you're losing your mind. It was ingrained in me to say, to heck with you. If my mother could die, I don't need you. And I'll be honest with you, I still hold a lot of those same emotions. I've just learned how to deal with them and not let people go so quickly. You guys hear me on the radio say all the time, I don't give a crap. And I mean it. But you have to control it in the sense of, Kevin, do you want your message out there? Yes, I do. Then you got to give a crap a little bit. All right. These guys want you to believe that the left is healing themselves. Bill Clinton didn't spend one day in therapy, which Harvey Weinstein can at least say, I spent a week. Bill Clinton did exactly what Harvey Weinstein did on the political circle in D.C., Hollywood for ugly people, and he's done no penance. Harvey Weinstein's done a week, maybe a month. Congratulations, Hollywood. You're really fixing yourselves. You haven't told us who else is involved, who else has been hurt. These people are incorrigible.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.